Hello folks, this video will be based on another idea that crossed my mind. That person friend zoned me and I simply don't know why. Um, I'm going to speak about this on a very particular aspect. The very short point to present is, hopefully very short, is that friend zone is something that spiritually is not explained. And why it happens? Well, in many cases you have seen that situation. You like someone very much, you like them a lot, most likely it's an unhealthy attachment at times. And what happens is that for some reason that person just friend zones you, but they choose to spend time with other people who actually you don't like, and you spend your life wondering why that person does that and why you can't understand why that person is keeping you away from them. Now, spiritually speaking, I will keep repeating an idea that crossed my mind not long ago, and that idea is that people have demons to feed. Okay? So, many people will fall to parasitic entities and will always and always and always feed those entities and will choose to do so instead of actually doing something to improve the quality of their life. Because the fear of the unknown and the passion for comfort is, well, actually are, because there are two things. These two things are the main aspects of consciousness. So the very simple point is this. When you get friend zoned, spiritually speaking, in most cases, it is a sign of a lesson. It is a lesson that that person is not suited for you. First of all, why? Well, first of all, there's most likely an unhealthy attachment towards that person. You're just drawn to that person because deep down you feel that um, mm, deep down inside you feel that they are most suitable for something. And when you say most suitable and you use superlative forms, it's usually an entity that wants to experience something through you, and most likely a parasitic entity. So let's say that you fall in love for a girl and you like her physically, you do a lot of the things she does just to show her that you like her, and the point is very intricate. You'll also start creating all sorts of lies that you love her, that you are willing to do everything for her, but in reality if you just spend a few minutes, you'll just realize that in the end you just want to fuck her, and probably you believe that deep down inside she's probably the best girl you have met who could, you know, do your blowjob or something like that. Usually it's something sexual or something that has anything to do with slavery. You would like that girl because she gives a lot. You would probably like that girl because she could sacrifice for you a lot. There's usually these narcissistic points that are in reality behind all of these schemes and lies that we build for ourselves, and we actually also try, we also actually believe in, and that's kind of it. So basically, behind this very great attachment is more like a codependency. Actually, it's a dependency because you don't have the dependency of that other person to have it quoted as a codependency. So basically, you are kind of dependent on that person. You want them, you crave them, uh, you probably end up stalking them even, so you kind of end up like a creep, like a, let's say, like a little yandere probably, and the other person actually ends up as being the pure one. They know that vibrationally speaking and in other cases they are not suitable for you, so they will keep you in a friend zone. They feel that you are somewhat better and you deserve much better. Not to confound this for the narcissistic option, you deserve much better. This is something that most people will never get to know and will most likely never believe. But at times, narcissistic people can actually tell you before you enter the carousel that relationship with them will be, and you know, like a journey through consciousness, because they will tell you through, they will take you through all of your, you know, like all of the possible feelings that you can experience. Some narcissists, and usually many, not all, but some, will actually tell you you deserve much better. It's just a test, but it's also a little aspect of care, and believe me or not, it is, in some cases, it is even genuine. But many people are stuck in the idea that narcissists don't have feelings at all, which is completely wrong, but to each their own. In this case, the friend zone is a teaching in life. That person knows that you are not a good fit for them. That person subconsciously definitely knows that you are worth much more. And they have these entities that rule them, be it a he or a she, and they know that they just don't want to drag you inside. And you just love that girl, or probably that guy, but they just spend time and hang around people who you don't like, and you probably even feel like you want to commit a sacrifice, you want to save them. So the amount of lies that you are going to tell to yourself will be so great, will be so many. Um, the point is, in reality, you wouldn't actually sacrifice yourself for that person. It's just a lie, a mirage. In many, many cases, like 95% of the cases, it's just a mirage of entities that want you to pull towards that. So the way I see codependency is like, imagine two female demons who just commit to a lesbian kiss. So when a demon, an entity, makes a human suffer, and they draw one another, and the way they draw one another is by having people move one towards another, even form marriages and the such, and especially when those two people are ruled by entities like this, they are going to have a codependency, not a marriage. Each of the persons will actually wait for the other person to solve their problems, to be their savior. So basically there is no love in the middle, because parasitic entities don't like love. If you love yourself, there is no place for them there, and they cannot gain energy other in ways other than just sucking it from other people. So that is why you have a lot of attention seeking people, people pleasers, butt kissers, and the such. And this is very, very bad. It is very, very bad if you take it into account, because people will simply and honestly will do whatever it takes to please these demons, because once they are pleased, they will have a very short period of freedom in which those entities simply gorge on the immense amount of energy that they have received, or probably go to other entities for a short time, to other people for a short time, to feed from them as well, and they will always come back because your gates are always open. If you don't learn how to turn those gates off and love yourself, the entities will always come back. And also, those entities are nothing else but a projection of the entity itself. So even if you kill that, let's say in one way or another, the gate is still open, so any other entity can still creep in. And people will friend zone you because subconsciously they care for you compared to the dependency that you have. And they know that your dependency is created by such entities, and those entities want to feed. So imagine the way they feed is that each of these groups of entities, because usually there are thousands of such entities that or probably a few stronger ones that rule people, and they rule the man and others rule the woman. Either of them can have more, it's not necessarily bound. Usually they target women because women can gain attention much easier, but it's not a rule, it's not something written in stone. And the man and the woman have to actually suffer. If they suffer from themselves, it's okay, because on their own, it's okay, because it's another way that they keep you away from people. They make you egotistical, but in the bad way, like you just believe that you can do everything. It's not that you actually do anything to improve your life. So they will keep you away from other people, to keep you low vibrational and to hate others, right? Because hatred is the opposite of love. And if you are away from other people, no one can actually save you, so you can suffer indefinitely. And they will guide you towards a certain person whom they know, that these entities know, and will guide you specifically because they know that that person is a fit for them, not for you, because the other demons are compatible with these demons who rule you. And together, if you suffer together, even through sex, if you suffer through sex and you experience sexuality just for the sake of it, it's more like mutual masturbation. Sexuality is all about feelings and emotion. It's all about manifesting it without fetishes. It's all about understanding and feeling the other person, providing value to them through the emotions, not just doing it for the sake of releasing. Because if you're doing that, you're only suffering. And that causes a lot of pain to you because the body has a lot of memory, much, much more memory than water has. And when you have multiple sex partners, even one actually, you also share some of their bad memories, and in this way you actually open your gates to some of their parasitic entities, and also you open up for the same parasitic types that the other person suffers from or is parasited from. So it actually can be very, very bad, and these entities will just celebrate together, will party together. So imagine it as the biggest orgy ever. The two people suffering, one dominating the other, one suffering. Actually, both suffer because even the people who dominate others, they suffer a lot. And those two people actually suffer. So imagine the entities reveling on all that pain that is emanated. Imagine like the greatest orgies you can imagine. Like, like they kissing themselves, doing whatever sexual things they do, because they are entities, they are lower vibrational. They are interested in experiencing everything that is lower, because in the end we have created them from our lusts. We have created these entities from our power, from our thinking, continuously thinking towards ideas of lack and things like that. And a person who is very conscious, they will most likely friend zone you consciously. If they are not conscious and aware of their life, they will most likely friend zone you subconsciously, and you won't probably understand, but they are doing you actually a great favor, because they are going to hang out continuously with people who do not serve you, and those energies don't serve you. And that is a person that you have to learn from, because even if their life is miserable, they are knowledgeable of this, and their purpose is to keep you safe from that, because through this they try to preserve you. They try to preserve you away from from their demons. So even if they are weak against their demons, they are most likely for the moment, and secondarily they are trying to keep their demons weak by not allowing them to feed from your good energy. So this is a very deep lesson. You have to understand it. It's really rarely presented in different ways, and it took me a long while to realize this, since I have gone in my life through powerful attachments as well. And friend zoning is one of the greatest lessons that you can actually learn. You just have to understand that that person is not for you. The reason why you are attached to that person is that because the parasiting entities want something from that person, like some of their energy is very good for them, or demons actually want to please other demons, because pleasing is a currency in their realm, in parasitic entities' realms, not necessarily demons. I mean, it is something narcissistic that people also have in many cases. Like, if I please you, you have to please me back. If I help you, you have to help me back. So if some people actually help you, they expect something in return. In the case of parasitic entities, they are always interested in feeding off more and more energy. So if you can make 1,000 people suffer, imagine how much pain they can actually feed on. And the fact is that these people, these humans, we have infinite energy, because we go to bed when we are tired and we replenish most of that energy. If you don't replenish it all, you will get some, let's call them like in video games, stacks of tiredness. And that is why, in time, you will feel more and more tired, and you will feel a need to rest more and more and more. Hopefully you have understood the principle of friend zoning. This is as short description as I could provide. Hope you have an awesome year, and well, what I can say, be yourself, continue improving yourself and try making this year the best one possible yet. Have an awesome day, and remember, life is awesome and so are you.